Hey everybody, my name is Micah. My wife and I have the opportunity to serve our next generation at our Fayetteville campus, and we love it so much. We love getting to hang out with high schoolers. We're so honored to get to do what we do. But today I have the opportunity to talk about 2 Samuel chapter 2. I'm really excited about it, not only because the Lord has been sharing some stuff with me and I'm excited to share it with y'all, but I'm also really excited because we're going through the life of David this summer as a church, and I'm just so excited to get to dive more into the life of David over this summer for the benefit of myself, right? And I'm learning and growing a lot, but also for the benefit of our ministry, our campus, the church statewide, and everyone, right? We're so excited. We're so honored to get to be a part of it. But we'll get into it. So 2 Samuel chapter 2, right before this happens, David is going through life, and then all of a sudden his king and his best friend in the world dies. So King Saul is running the ship, right? He's the king of Israel, and then all of a sudden he dies. And before this, as y'all know, in 1 Samuel, David is anointed as king. And so he's kind of like, okay, so Saul's dead and I'm next in line. So Lord, he's just asking the Lord right here in the very beginning. He said to the Lord, "Shall I go up to any of the cities of Judah?" And the Lord said to him, "Go up." David said, "To which shall I go up?" And he said, "To Hebron." So David went up there, and Hebron is kind of like I think it's like a part of Israel, but he went to Hebron, and David was almost made the king of Hebron. But there were a lot of people in that time that didn't necessarily know David, or they may have known him, but they may not have trusted him, right? They trusted King Saul. And so what they did is they made Ishbosheth the king of Israel, and David then was the king of Judah. And it was kind of divided, right? And after this, later on in this chapter, there was a big war. David won, or King Judah won, and it was kind of messy, kind of dirty. But what I really wanted to hone in on today was just the fact that all this stuff, he was called to be king. The Lord asked him to be king, and throughout that process, he really grew, right? He was a shepherd. He was out in the field, and David, when he was just a shepherd, he was out in the field, and then he went to the king's court. He played music for him while he was, going through a hard time. And then all of a sudden he became best friends with the king's son. And then the king tried to kill him, but he's trying to honor him throughout all this. Y'all have gone through the Devos before this, so you know all of this. But I just kind of want to build up to where we're at right now. Is he said, "Lord, should I go up? Like it's my time, but like, is it my time really? I want to make sure that I honor you, and I want to make sure that I honor your people." And so the Lord tells him, "Go up." And it's kind of like a bite size, like, hey, go be the king over this area for a little bit. All these other people are going to do what they want to do, but go be this king, and it'll steadily grow. But what this kind of reminded me of was a part of my life is David was called whenever he was young, but there was a long process. And even after the king died, when he was the rightful heir to the throne, he still wasn't the king over everything, right? So in my life specifically, when I was in middle school, I've really felt a call to do what I'm doing now. And there was obviously a very long time. For me, it was probably like 15 years where I knew what I was supposed to be doing. But for me, I personally ran away from it. I was doing all the things of the world that I possibly could find to try to get away from it. David is not that way. He's a humble man. And so it was, for me, that's the biggest thing that I took away from it, is that, the Lord moves. And whenever he calls you to do something, whenever he promises something in our life, he's always going to come through. always. If you know that the Lord has promised that one day you're going to be a parent. I know that this is a little bit of a touchy subject, but maybe you know that the Lord has promised that you're going to be a parent one day, but it just hasn't happened yet. There's a reason for it. And the Lord wants to help grow you and show you new things, so that whenever that time comes, whenever his promises do come fulfilled, when his promises are answered and fully done, then we're in the place that we need to be. There's no doubt in my mind that King David, if he would have become the king over everything, the king over Israel, as soon as King Saul died, things would have been a lot different. But there's a good chance that David wouldn't have been in the right place. But I just wanted to share that with y'all. I'm very honored to get to do this. So thank you so much for listening and checking this out. I love y'all a lot. I'm going to pray really quick and then we'll get out of here. Lord, I just thank you so much for today. I thank you for allowing us to get to hear about your word and learn more about you and just providing the Bible, providing your word so that we can learn from it, so that we can grow from it. And God, I just pray that every single person that's listening to this, that they hear your voice more clearly today. God, that you would just bless their day as they go on. We love you, Jesus. We thank you so much for what you've done in our lives, what you're going to continue to do. And Lord, we thank you for your promises, the answered and the unanswered. We thank you for your faithfulness. We love you. In your name, amen.